Good morning, everyone. This is Mark Soderberg with ADM Investor Services with your early morning ag outlook for Tuesday, October the 31st. Happy Halloween to all. Overnight prices were pretty quiet, not much of a range here, and not a whole lot of fresh news. We continue to have a war on two fronts. In Ukraine, the humanitarian corridor does remain open. However, shipments of ag products from Ukraine continue to run well behind the pace from a year ago. Prices here pretty steady in corn, within a half cent of unchanged. Similar story right now in the soybeans. Soybean oil is down a little bit. Meal is up a couple bucks a ton, and we're lower across the board in the wheat, between 4 and 7 weaker across all three classes. Large spec traders were mostly sellers yesterday. 2,000 corn, 4,000 Chicago wheat, 5,000 each in soybeans and soybean meal. Flat in the bean oil, still rather sizable shorts in the corn, about 105,000 contracts, 100,000 in Chicago wheat. Close to being flat in the soybeans, pretty heavy long in the meal, about 90,000 contracts, and a modest long position in the bean oil at 15,000. We did see 438 deliveries posted against the November bean contract, taking us up to positions as of September the 13th. We did get our harvest progress reports overnight. Corn harvest advanced 12% to 71% complete. Beans advanced 9% to 85% complete. Both are slightly below the year-ago pace, but also above the 5-year average. There's a few states that stand out in the Eastern Corn Belt as being behind their normal pace. Between Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan, there's roughly 1.6 billion bushels of corn remaining in the fields. This week's weather is not terribly concerning for risk of field loss. However, there is some shower activity expected across the Great Lakes region that may extend the harvest into the middle part of November in these areas. The rest of the Midwest, however, looks generally favorable as harvest starts to hit the home stretch. The first winter wheat ratings did show 47% of the crop in good to excellent shape. That is above the 28% initial reading from a year ago, as drought conditions across much of the southern plains in much better standing now than they were a year ago. Planting progress has reached 84%, slightly behind the historical norm. Weather in South America is also a mixed bag. Conditions in Argentina continue to show signs of improvement. Still too wet with flooding concerns and the need to replant in areas of southern Brazil. With scattered showers, very scattered showers, and heat continues to dominate in the north. Gradually, however, by next week, it appears the pattern is expected to shift, which would allow showers to gradually move into the northern areas where it is needed and see some drying out across the south. Bean plantings right now in Brazil rest at just over 40%. First crop corn about 53%. In Argentina, soybean plantings really get underway this week. Corn plantings rest at just over 20%. And finally, after the close today, we do get a monthly update from the EIA on biofuel capacity and feedstock usage, which does show us how much soybean oil was used in the production of biofuels in the month of August. Domestically, domestic usage remains strong for both corn and ethanol production and soybean crush. However, exports remain pretty much suspect, I think, for both. We'll see if this recent pullback in price does stimulate a little bit more export activity. Beyond that, however, I kind of look for prices just to gradually ease backward if weather in South America continues to improve. Thank you for listening, everyone. I hope you have a very happy and safe Halloween.